As an online teacher, your top priority should be that your students achieve the learning objectives of your course, whatever you are teaching. But in addition to that, we must survive and we must be able to generate enough income so that we could be able to focus on what we love to do, to create more educational content. In this video, I am going to show you some tips and some planning and strategy ideas which you can use to plan your content for multiple educational platforms. And as a result, you will be able to create multiple streams of income with a little bit of tweaking. So let's get started after a short break. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Tahir, and if this is your first time, please hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video on this channel. Normally I make tutorials about educational technology tools for teachers and students on my channel, but this video is focused on the business side of online teaching, and my advice is that you take notes. I'm not going to talk about any rocket science. These are little tips which will help you to save some time, because when we are creating content, this is a very time consuming job and we have to plan so that we can put our content on various marketplaces so that we can make some income from all of those platforms from our same content. Now this video has three main parts. The first part is we are going to talk about how to reuse your content. What are little things you can do so that you could be able to reuse the content on all of the major teaching platforms, which I am going to talk about in a minute. So this portion is called planning to reuse your content. Now the second part is various formats of the content. We will talk about how you can use the same content in various different formats and use them on marketplaces. And when I say content, you must understand that these contents include video, PDFs, images and infographics, and we will talk about audio as well. So these are the four major category of contents, and in the third part of this video we will talk about only PDF resources. So let us start from the first part, how to plan for content reuse. Now there are four major platforms which I suggest online teachers to focus on in the beginning to generate income, and then you can add more. And these four are in addition to your online teaching. If you are taking synchronous lessons online, you are tutoring some students using Google Classroom or any other learning management system such as Canvas or Blackboard or any other. So this is your daily job, you can say. But we are talking about contents, because when you are teaching online, you create some videos, some PDFs, how to reuse them. So in the beginning, you should focus on four platforms. Number one is you must start a YouTube channel. Number two is Udemy, which is the marketplace for online teachers. And number three, Skillshare, which is also a marketplace. And number four is Teachers Pay Teachers, or TPT. So these are the four platforms where you should put your content. Now, what are some of the strategies for planning your content for these four platforms? Let us take an example. You are teaching algebra course online and you have created few videos, few PDFs, few infographics. So when creating these videos, the first thing you should keep in mind is that never mention any of these platforms, because you are going to use these contents in all platforms. Number two, you will be preparing at least two versions of the video. One is for Skillshare and Udemy, and one is for YouTube, because it is very important that in the YouTube video you ask people to subscribe, you ask people to hit the bell icon, you introduce people to your other videos, similar content. You cannot do this in your course videos. So you prepare a course video first, then you add branding to it, YouTube call to action, and then you prepare the YouTube version. So all of your videos will have two versions, one for courses and one for YouTube. If you look at my channel, you will notice this thing, that some of my course videos, They are same as the course video except that I ask you to subscribe and these kind of things. Now, another important thing is that you must prepare a separate introductory video for every platform. Your algebra course on Skillshare is same as on Udemy, but you have a separate introductory video in which you mention the platform. And this introductory video should be very small video, 5-minute video is enough. Similarly, every platform has different requirements. So when you are preparing the content, you must also prepare different thumbnails at the same time. It will save you time. The image size of Skillshare is different than Udemy, than YouTube. So whenever you prepare a video, immediately prepare 3 thumbnails for each of these platforms. I will put the thumbnail sizes on the screen, you can see, and you can use these sizes for these 3 platforms. Now when you are writing description, you write slightly different description for your courses on Skillshare and Udemy, because those pages on these websites, they are authority websites, and those pages will be ranked by Google. You want a very good description of your course, but different, because if you put exactly the same description in both, so it is not good for search engine optimization. You must understand a little bit about search engine optimization, because it will help you grow quickly. Another thing to consider is recording setup. If you have an intention to create a course on any topic, and I have talked about this in other how to find a topic, then you must visualize that how long this course is going to be and how you are going to record this, what videos should be on the YouTube, because you cannot put 100% of your course on YouTube. Some platforms don't allow this. So these are few things you should keep in mind, and you record all those videos in one go, not in one day necessarily, in 2-3 days, in 1 week. So this is how I create my courses. Normally my course takes 1 to 2 weeks, and I sometimes try to wear the same dress, same setup, but you don't have to 100% be in the same dress, but I tend to do this, because recording more than one videos together will save you a lot of time. You have to set the lightings, you have to set the camera, you have to sit in a quiet place. So it is good that you record more than one videos in one setup, and then you reuse those videos. Now let's talk about reformatting of the content. Now why would you like to format your contents in more than one forms? For example, video, audio, PDF. Now there are 3 main reasons, and I have put these reasons in this slide. The first reason is that you want to generate multiple streams of income, which we are talking about right now. And the second reason is that there could be a less competition in one form of content. For example, nowadays, if you start a math channel on YouTube, you might need 1000 videos before somebody will even notice you, because there are millions of mathematics videos. But on the other hand, if you create worksheets, math worksheets in the form of PDF, and you try to sell those on Teacher Pay Teachers, thousands of people are searching for those math worksheets. Now here is a slide. I just searched for math worksheets, and as you can see that there are thousands of people searching for math worksheets from kindergarten to year 4. And this is the list I got from Google Keyword Planner tool. I just put math worksheets and I got these results. So if you have a math worksheet, let's say for kindergarten or year 1 or year 2, you can put this on Teachers Pay Teachers, and that income might be more than a YouTube video income. I have few videos on YouTube which earn maybe $1 per 1000 views, and it's not easy to get 1000 views on YouTube nowadays, because there is a lot of competition. So this is the second reason. Sometimes competition is less in one form of content. Now the third reason is suitability. For example, infographics are more suitable for websites, for search engine optimization of web pages. If you have a website, you prepare some infographics and put on your website. That will be more beneficial and easier for you than creating a video. So this is another important consideration. Now another form you can convert your videos is audio. For certain fields, podcast is more important than the video. If you are a motivational speaker, You don't need a video. You just need a podcast, which is easier to create. So think about your field and try to find out whether a video or audio will be a better choice. Now, this is part 3 where we talk about the PDF resources, how you can reuse them. Now, there are two platforms. One is called Teachers Pay Teachers and the other is Amazon Ignite. I did not mention Amazon Ignite in the beginning because currently Amazon Ignite is only available to US citizens. But TPT is for everyone. And as an online teacher, you create a lot of PDFs, a lot of worksheets, or you can create them very easily by using Canva, PowerPoint, Word. Everybody can use these. You don't have to put your face on that. So there are certain advantages of PDF resources. Sometimes it is less competition, sometimes it is easier to create, easier to sell, there is a demand for those. No, here is the strategy you should follow. When someone joins TPT, the person has to submit one free resource. This is their requirement, and there are thousands of free resources. First step is that you download their free resources and try to understand how other teachers are creating these PDF resources. You get maybe 20-30 downloads. And then there are also previews available, previews of paid resources. You have a look at those previews and try to understand, because all previews are not 100% showing all the resources, but a lot of previews are very good and you should be able to understand how this teacher is creating this resource. And then you try to find some ideas. So download free resources, watch the previews, but make sure that you must keep your branding, your colors. So I have a separate video about where I talk about how to select colors. And fonts. Use those fonts which are appropriate for a certain resource which other teachers are using, because there are certain fonts which are good for your logo, certain fonts are good for headings, certain fonts are good for certain types of resources. Some are funny looking, some are very decent. So in this way you can create your own branding, and with the passage of time your income will start to grow as your experience grows and you start creating some good resources. Now regarding fonts and color, I would like to give you a little tip. If you use vintage colors and vintage fonts, it might look a little weird thing, but these fonts show the authority of the teacher. And for teaching, these fonts are very good. And there are some vintage fonts available. If you type in Google, you will find. And similarly, there are some vintage colors. If you are interested, just type vintage color example and I will give you a few numbers. And if you like, I'm not enforcing you because some people don't like them. If you like, you can use them. Another important thing is the title of your resource. I'm talking about PDF resources. Your title must be accurate and your title must be interesting, catchy, so that people try to click on your resource and try to preview them, and only then they will be able to make a buying decision. And the last thing I would like to mention in this video is that you must do something to secure your content and organize your content. Now when I say secure, it means securing in a hard disk as well as in cloud-based services like Google Drive. So put your content, video and PDF resources on separate places in an organized manner. For example, algebra course. Then in the algebra course there are 5 sections. Then there are 3 introductory videos, one for Skillshare, one for Udemy, one for your own website. Then for every video there is a folder which has video and 3 or 4 thumbnails for various platforms. So whenever you create a video, create the description, create the thumbnail, put in the folder on your Drive, put in the folder on Vimeo, put in the folder on Google Drive. So in this way your content are ready to put on various platforms and ready to generate multiple streams of income for you. So these were few little tips. I hope you liked this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up because that will help me to reach more people. Thanks for watching and see you next time.